Hey, you guys, I think chess.com is just making up stuff here. It's just making up things because it shows the opening at the top above the moves. It says King's Fianchetto opening. It says Lasker Simul special variation. This is called the Lasker Simul special variation with h5 h4. I mean, I don't believe that. I think chess.com is they're just making up names now to try and make people more interested. All right, so he plays e4. So what openings am I not going to play? We're going to presume I'm not going to play d6 on move 1. I'm going to play a very classic Philidor setup. My opponent wants to trade queens very early. Now this is one way to play, but generally when you do this at the lower levels, you're playing someone who's stronger, you tend to get in trouble very easily. What does this P1 mean? Player 1, you guys. It's from Smash. Everybody played Smash, right? We're on Twitch. We're all gamers. We all played Smash. We all played games like chess and checkers and StarCraft and Dota and everything else along the way. Okay, so my opponent creates some weaknesses here. Let's go bishop b4, maybe a5, knight c5 next move. Ayo, my first stream unemployed, lol. I'm very sorry, my friend. Sorry about that. I hope everything's okay. Maybe Yasmin for the 14 months, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, man. Just keep your head up, keep your head up, keep your head up. Things will improve. Okay, now I can take this pawn. I can also take this one. I think I'll take this one because now I create the split pawn. Slight weakness on the queen side. Let's go back to c5 here. Yes, we did StarCraft and Rainbow Six. Indeed. We're chess players, of course. We also are chess players too. Yep. No, I'm old and I never played any of those. But if you're old, you had to have played StarCraft. I mean, if you're old, you had to have played StarCraft. That's like the OG. That's like the origin of the esports. Take on e4 here. Did I already do World? No, we'll do Chessel, Wordle, all that stuff later. Apparently there was some article published on me in the New Yorker yesterday, which I have to cover. Haven't looked at it yet, but I saw it was mentioned on my Twitter, so we'll take a look at that later on as well. What color will I dye my hair if I become the world champion? I don't know, you guys, but we have other goals before that. First and foremost, we need to get to our 8,000 subs. We're at 69.45 right now. When we get to 8,000 subs, I will be buying our black loafer Ananas for $433. Let me just open that on another tab. Let me go back to chess. Here we go. Okay, so I take the bishop here. Let's play rook d8 here, maybe knight f5. You're the only person on this planet who can stream for 9 hours and still manage to win Tilted Tuesday, and my salute to you. Wasn't easy yesterday. Title Tuesday was quite tricky, but you know, at the end of the day, you just try to play good moves. If you play good moves, good things happen. You know, I know it sounds ridiculous when I said it. Everyone's like, oh, just play the best move. How hard can that really be? But it is very, very difficult. Let's take the knight here on f3. I will take the rook here, and again, I'm up a lot of materials, so it should be a pretty easy win. Keep going. Let's play the birds opening. I don't really intend to play the birds, so let's go knight f3 and g3 here. Just play the best move. Yeah, I'm gonna play e3. Maybe we'll play a Stonewall Jackson with d4, c3, bishop d3. Let's play a Stonewall Jackson here. Go c3, knight d2. Very, very good setup here. I can castle, play queen c2. I did win yesterday. Yes, you guys, I did win. So we're playing a classic Stonewall here. I don't know why it's called Stonewall, other than the wall, the pawns look like stone or something, but hey, it is what it is. Did he win yesterday? I switched to boarding after he lost the game. Yes, you guys, I won the second title Tuesday with 10 out of 11. A fantastic finish. I beat Fabiano Caruana. I beat Arian Tari. All in all, very, very good. Was some of yesterday's stream a replay? Well, I took a short break in the middle. I had to jump on a business call for a second, so because of that, we were replaying a YouTube video. And I might actually need to do something for like 10-15 minutes later on today as well, but if that happens, that happens. I guess I'll take the pawn. This looks like a free pawn. I don't know if it actually is, but I think it is. Will Fabiano continue to regress in classical? He isn't regressing in classical. He's actually played really well in the Grand Swiss, so I mean, again, we'll see. Let's talk business. Queen f4 is a good move. I wasn't sure if you'd find. I'm offering the queen trade because the c4 pawn is very weak here. You need to Ursas for the 7 months. Thank you so much to Ursas. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Took $5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks.
So yeah, Nepo and Alirez is not aligned. Yeah, well that happens. So anyway, all right, let's keep going. I guess we'll go king d1 here, maybe knight f3. He's not just a businessman, he's a businessman. That's a good one. Yeah. So all right, anyway, let's keep going. All right, he goes f6. I can play knight e4. I can also just go like knight c4 and bishop f4 maybe. I feel like I'm a little bit better here. Ever thought of upgrading your headphones? No, you guys, I haven't. The headphones are good. You know, I learned a long time ago, if something works, if it works and it's not broken, don't play around with it. Just let it roll. I think I'd see L as well. Do the Botez Gambit on the speedrun? No, the Botez Gambit speedrun was a different speedrun. Sorry, you guys. That was January 2022. Why don't you play so many traps? It's just not my thing. Who's going to be the next world champion? I think the next world champion is going to be someone who is right now probably about 12 to 13 years old, who is going to be a really strong player. Someone that we don't even know right now. Someone that I'm probably playing like someone like Buddy Pranav. Probably not Buddy Pranav, but somebody like Buddy Pranav who's like 12 or 13, 14 right now and is like a FIDE master and international master. Someone like that is probably going to be the next world champion. Mishra, maybe Mishra. Although I would think it's someone whose name is like literally not really known at all. Not believing in myself. No, of course I believe in myself, you guys. But again, I'm not going to start thinking about becoming a world champion until I win the candidates tournament. If I win the candidates tournament, then I start thinking about it. But until then, I mean, that's just pure speculation. No need to waste memory on such things. Gothen chest, very funny, you guys, very funny. Let's go d5 and bishop d4. Joking aside, I will say, however, that I am really hoping that Levy can have a good tournament in the Norm tournament he's playing, because obviously he hasn't done well for quite a while now, and so I really do hope that he's able to turn it around, because certainly his rating is really low, and it's lower than it should be at the moment. So anyway, far reach from now, probably. What do I think of Arjun? Yeah, Arjun is a very talented player, but I would say that everyone's very talented, but I don't really know. And I feel like the person who's going to dethrone Magnus, if it's not someone like Ali Reza, it's going to be someone who is right now very young and is just going to really understand the game at a phenomenally high level in a way that Magnus doesn't. So we'll see. His rating is very low. Yeah, his rating, he's like 2320 right now. Again, I don't want to turn this into one of those streams, but I will say that I think he should be higher rated. Hans has potential. I don't know if I would say next world champion, but he's kind of in a little bit of a rut too. Now obviously I'm not going to play d4, right? Or am I? Let's play a Blackmar Deemer Gambit. Oh, he plays Karo Khan. Okay, so as to avoid this happening, I'm going to play bishop d3 here. I could have played a hillbilly maybe with queen h5, but let's play bishop d3. What is your one goal for this year? My one goal for this year, I will be pretty blunt, is just keep bringing everybody the great content on via streaming. That's my goal. Go knight f3 and queen e2 and castles. So go queen e2 and castles. What about Kamer? Obviously Kamer very young, just like Noterbeck, I mean, and a couple others very young. Take with the bishop. Does anyone have a list? I'm just playing everything. His goal this year is to break 50 million. I don't know if you guys have heard of this little thing called inflation. It's pretty unlikely though. Let's go c3 bishop c2. Okay, I'm gonna go bishop g5, maybe h4 here, try to put pressure. This actually has turned into something pretty normal, in fact. Okay, let's go 95 here. Any players you know who improved dramatically in their 30s? I don't know, maybe. I mean, again, I'm not going to talk about myself that much, but I will say that several people have mentioned this is actually quite true, which is that my recent return and rise is actually very reminiscent of Bobby Fischer. Fischer actually took, I think, 2 or 3 years off, and he went into the mountains, I believe, in like around 69, 70, and he came back and he just crushed the world. So, again, I'm not going to compare myself to Bobby, but there are some people who've actually said that, because I obviously didn't play for 2 years. Okay, let's see. Now I must have some way to win here, right? But I'm just gonna castle and keep it simple. Odds of Prague being the next world champion, who knows? It is true though. It's actually it is true. So I'm gonna take the bishop here. Yeah, let's take on h6. Now this is obviously, well, not obviously, this is kind of sharp and very unclear. So I'm gonna take the pawn. Magnus will always be world champion. No, he won't be. Father Time stops for nobody, including Magnus. Let's take the knight. Yeah, Father Time doesn't stop. How is Bobby viewed in the chess community given some of his other activities? Okay, so my opponent plays c4. Is this an opening or is this just the English? I'm gonna try to play a gambit here. This e3. I'm gonna go c6 here. I'm gonna play d5. I don't know what exactly I'm doing here. I guess I'll go here, maybe e6, bishop d6, just develop the pieces now. Knight f6. I can see you as easily as world champ one day, Magnus, and interview, give them no trouble. Like I said, if I win the candidates, then I'll start thinking about it. But it's not even on my radar because I'm so far away from it right now. So I don't waste brain cells thinking about such things, you guys. I only think about the here and the now and what exactly I can change in the next, next month or two before the candidates. I mean, becoming world champion would be great, would be nice and all, but it's so far away that I'm not even thinking about it. How does it feel to be one of the best chess players in the world? Is it something you think about often? I don't really think about it often in the context of being a great chess player. I would say this though. What I do think about and what I do find amazing is that there's so many people, for example, who do love chess, who watch chess. As I said, I know people say, oh, you're flexing by saying you get recognized, but it always, even now, shocks me when I get recognized by someone at the store, at the airport, because it happens very frequently now. Like, it happened in the past, but it happens almost every time that I travel. And just thinking about that, it's really, it's sort of I would say it's humbling, and it's amazing, because I never thought that chess could bring people such joy, if I'm being frank. So it's always amazing. Now I take the knight on e5 here. I have knight d3. Will Magnus not defend his title? He will, you guys. He was upset. He was upset. He was burnt out at the time, so that's why. So let's play rook d2 here. Oops, there's a free rook. I'll take it. What are the rules of speedrun? Basically, if I make a mistake and I play an opening that ends up being played in the candidates tournament, I'm gonna have to get 500 subs for every single time that happens. So I have to work very hard to dodge openings that I'll be playing in that tournament, because otherwise, obviously, I'm out a lot of money. You're Hikaru, that TikTok guy, huge fan. Good one. Good one. Okay, let's play the Dutch. Hopefully I don't play the, no, I'm not gonna play Dutch. What's a good opening to play? Let's play the Australian defense. Don't ask me why this is called, but it says Queen's Pawn opening Australian defense. Let's go c5 here. So we're gonna play the Aussie defense. Let's go d6 and knight c7, I guess. I'm gonna go g6, bishop g7. This is actually a very good position for me, because even though I have these double pawns, I can use the open b file. Go here. Portuguese gambit. I could always play that later. Yeah, it's always possible. Nepo is watching make you gift subs. Yeah, he definitely could be. No such thing as a garbage opening, only a garbage player. Okay, let's play rook b8 here. Basically I'm just saying that either of us played. So like the last game was a Hikaru Khan. So Hikaru Khan obviously could happen, e4, c6, d4, d5, but then I played bishop d3, and I don't think anybody's gonna play that in the candidates. Have I ever been to Australia? No, you guys, I haven't been to Australia. I said I've said this a few times during the pandemic, around like April, May. I started writing some DMs because Byron was really down, Reckful that is, and I really wanted to go to Australia and do some IRL with him. So hopefully one day I can do some kind of IRL, just sort of pay homage, or sort of in honor of that. But yeah, I've never been to Australia, so I do hope to go there one day. So yeah, it plays f4. I'm gonna go here, trap the bishop. I can take with a pawn here, and I can take and go rook g8. Will Hikaru's opponents at the candidates go through the speedrun to eliminate openings for prep? Yes, you guys. So I've said it before, but basically for top players, it's a little bit different than say if you're at the IM level where you do most of the work yourself. All top players generally have a team of trainers or seconds specifically for this candidates tournament Usually it's at least like usually it's probably 2 to 3 people they're working with. And so it's like this pack of hyenas, and these 2 to 3 people are probably gonna be watching every single stream until then, trying to figure out what my openings are. Okay, he goes queen f5. I'm gonna go rook g6 here, maybe queen g8. Can I say who's on my team? No, I can't say that. They could be here right now, of course. Absolutely, they could be. It's like the hyenas. Like, I went on a safari to South Africa some years back, and you know, it's like they're just this little pack, and they're just like they're just waiting. Let's go queen d7 and play rook g8 here. There's so much footage to go through. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So I take the pawn here, I threaten checkmate, and I should be doing very well. Can I be on your team? Probably not. Safari, I prefer Google Chrome. Good one. Let's play rook g8. So yeah, anyway, hope everybody's having a fantastic morning wherever you are. Obviously, we're gonna be playing in Arena Kings in about 3 hours from now, so we have that. We have articles, we got a lot of good stuff going on. Have I tried the Danish Gambit? I think I did the Danish Gambit already. My rating actually is getting pretty high pretty quickly, I've noticed. We're already up to like almost what's a good opening here? Let's play the Australian defense again. Yeah, I watch Real versus Chelsea. No, you guys, I don't watch soccer really. It's just not my game. Besides, America's not really all that good at it, so if America's not very good at it, why would I watch? What's the point of watching something that we're not the best at? Okay, so I guess I'll go knight f6 here. I mean, this position actually is quite good for me since I have the 2 bishops. Let's go b6. let's go b6 here. Make your own useless opening next game. Yeah, actually, sorry, women's soccer, that's true. Yeah, we are the best in the world at women's soccer. That's a good point. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go g6 bishop g7 here. US is getting better. Maybe we're getting better, but we're still, I mean, we're so far behind. Yeah, so far behind, it's not even funny. Would I do a viewer arena? Maybe. You watch tennis, right? Yeah, I watch tennis, but I grew up in the 90s, you guys, so we were the best at tennis then. We had these great players like Jim Courier, Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi. Now we're left with what? Riley Opelka and Johnny Isner. Like, I mean, they're good, but yeah, if I was going up now, I'm not sure if I would actually watch tennis all that much. Okay, let's take the pawn at e5 here. I can castle and maybe go bishop d3. Oh, Todd Martin was another one. Todd Martin was also pretty good for a period as well. Yeah, let's go f6. America isn't the best at chess. No, you're wrong, you guys. Actually, the US overtook Russia as the highest ranked country in the world. There was something on Reddit recently about that. Yeah, the US is the number one ranked. The women's sisters are retired. I don't think they are, but the problem is they're not getting younger. And even, you know, it's no different than like Federer. It's the same thing. Like the clock, time just doesn't, you know, father time doesn't stop for anybody. It just keeps going. I mean, that's the thing. Okay, so he goes king c2. I'll play e4 f5 maybe. Magnus transfer to the USA when? Probably never. All right, let's just go f5, create a nice little chain here towards d4. Now my double ops are going to be deadly. Yeah, this looks very deadly. Oops, there goes the rook. What do you win when you become champion? You win this great thing, you know, this little green paper with Benjamin Franklin on it, and you win a lot of Benjamins. So there's nothing like the smell of new, cold, hard, clean cash. All right, let's go rook d3, maybe rook c8, win the pawn on c4 here. It would be really bad for US players if Magnus changes team to the US. I mean, I've already spoken about that broad topic generally anyway. Okay, so now I just take the bishop, go here. Luckily my opponents are actually starting to resign a little bit quicker than they were before, which is kind of nice. Go here. And what about that thing that makes your head go very big, right? Ego. Yeah, true. Let's just take, let's go e3, go e2. What's my opinion of Nick Kyrgios? A very exciting player to watch, especially when he plays with Kokkinakis. They're in doubles. They're actually a lot of fun to watch. Go check. That should be checkmate. There we go. I wonder what a world championship stats would do for streaming numbers. I don't think it would actually do anything special unless I stop streaming more or less completely and streamed here or there. Let's play the Jacques Miesis opening again with D3 and IT2. Do I watch F1? I'm familiar. I mean, I watched the show, obviously. We're playing the Miesis opening reversed rat Valencia variation. Don't ask me what that's supposed to mean. Miesis opening reversed rat Valencia variation. I don't know where chess.com gets these opening names from, but hey, kind of random. Yeah, rat, exactly, rat jam. Let's go v3 bishop b2. BF was the best American chess player of his day. Yeah, I mean, Fischer is the best American chess player ever, bar none. Not even close. Let's go here. Am I having an Easter bunny egg hunt this weekend? No, I haven't done Easter eggs for many years. I can't remember. Last time I probably dyed some Easter eggs and did the hunt was like, good lord, probably at least 15 plus years. At least 15, probably more than that, honestly. Bobby number 1, Hikaru number 2. I mean, objectively I would say that's a fair assessment in terms of you know, in terms of the longevity of my career and representing the US. I would actually say that, because it's like, I'll give you an example, and I know some people will take this the wrong way perhaps, but I'll be honest. I mean, Fabiano getting to play the world championship match is an absolutely huge and epic accomplishment, but the fact is Fabiano's growth as a chess player, his improvement and all of that, it was not while he was representing the United States. It's while he was living in Europe and representing Italy. So obviously it's a great accomplishment, but I would say it's akin to me sort of to sports, for example, where if you have someone like, what's a good example, who's a superstar who played somewhere, it's like Ken Griffey Jr. I feel like it's saying Ken Griffey Jr. of course is probably the greatest Seattle Mariner of all time, bar none. But are you really going to say Ken Griffey Jr. was like he's like the greatest Cincinnati Reds player of all time? I don't think you are, for example. Oh, Ichiro, yeah, I mean, Ichiro maybe, but I mean, Ken Griffey is just so iconic. I mean, Ken Griffey is just so iconic though in Seattle. Maybe you're right. Maybe technically you're right. It probably is Ichiro. It probably technically is Ichiro based off stats, but I would say like Ken Griffey Jr. is just so iconic. Let's go rook b7 here. But anyway, that's not really the point that I'm making. You can say Ichiro, but actually I'll give you the, but it's like Ichiro, for example. Would you actually say Ichiro? I mean, Ichiro, is he more going to be more remembered for his US career or his Japanese career? Because both careers are pretty ridiculously insane. Go d3, knight b d2 here. So that's the way I look at it, and that's not to say, I mean, Fabiano's accomplishments are immense, make no mistake about it, but I feel like a large part of that was while he was representing another country and living in another country. So that's the main reason that I don't really put Fabiano as number 2. Samuel Reshevsky was phenomenal too, but Reshevsky, I don't know how good Reshevsky was objectively relative to the absolute best players in the world. I know he won the US championship 8 times, so he has a really strong career, but I don't know what he peaked at. I feel like he was right around top 10, maybe top 10, around there. Fabiano said he would never transfer to the US in an older interview. Well, yeah, okay. This is where I look for a song. Where's the song? One second. Let's find the song. One second. Let me find this. Let's see. Let me find a song. This one. Wait. Wait, that's wrong. That's not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking. Oh, there we go. Take the knight. Let's go knight e4, hit the bishop. I can play bishop d7 here. I can also go queen a4. Let's go queen a4 here. Take the bishop here on a3. I'm drama cooking. No, I'm not drama cooking. But anyway, let's get back to our regular music. Or a related song. There we go. Play bishop h3 here. Let's keep going. So anyway, that's the only reason that I say that. I mean, Fabio, so like I would say I do rank Bobby number 1. I do rank myself number 2 for that reason. Let's play the Aliakin's defense here. What's a good opening to play? Let's play c5 here. This is, oh wait, I have to be very careful not to end up in a proper Sicilian here. Why did I play c5? I'm an idiot. Can I play a Jalalabad with e5 like the Jalal? Let's play a Jalalabad. Oh, this isn't quite how the Jalalabad goes. I think it's e5 on move 2, but whatever. Play queen e7 and hit the knight here. Yeah, no one's gonna play the Jalalabad. Let's go knight e4 here. I can just take. Let's take. Let's trade the queens and go d5 here. Be careful or you might end up in Loserville. I know, exactly. I gotta be careful. Yeah, let's go d5, bishop d6 here. Isn't Jalalabad where they found Osama bin Laden? I don't know, but there's a variation of the Sicilian that's called the Jalalabad Gambit. Wow, he found bishop c4. Impressive. Let's go here, hit the bishop. So there is actually a variation that's called the Jalalabad. Go c4, attack the bishop here. Do a gamble for 100 without a win. It's like 99%. All right, he goes to a3. I guess I take and take probably. This guy's playing pretty well. Very, very good so far for 1000. Oh, the opening is named after a Jalalabad prison. Okay. Jeez. Wasn't I living in Canada when I won the US championship? No, I wasn't living in Canada. I was spending a lot of time there, but I never like had residency or anything. I just went for a couple months at a time. I'm gonna go rook c8, maybe a6 next move. I should be slightly better here. I did consider it though. At a certain point I did consider going for residency and living in Canada. Let's play a6 here, put pressure on the pawn on b4. Should be pretty good. Thank you to North Fresh for the prime. Thanks so much, North Fresh. Appreciate it. Thank you for the prime. What was the reason for it, or the reason for like going to Canada? I mean, I spent some time there. Sort of once I dropped out of college, I really I needed a break. I needed to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and I kind of wanted to just go somewhere different because I had spent all my time in Canada, or not Canada, sorry, in New York, and I kind of wanted a break. I wanted different scenery and all that stuff. And so a couple of my friends who are Canadian who live in the US, they actually kind of recommended going to Canada. I initially wanted to go and spend time in Banff or like Calgary, around that area. Who knows, maybe if I gone there, maybe I would have become a chess bra. But I kind of wanted to go there, and then a couple of friends said sure, that's nice and everything, but it's a little bit like not remote, but it's like isolated. You might want to go somewhere more like Vancouver that has a city feel. So let's take the bishop here and play rook c2. So yeah, that's actually the origins of how it was there were a couple of people I knew, and I mean initially it was like Calgary, Banff, that's where I was thinking about, and then they said why don't you just go to Vancouver, and so I was like okay. So I went to Vancouver, and yeah, the rest kind of is history. How is Canada not America? It's the same thing. I would say this, both sides would be very offended. They'd be very offended if you say that. Canadians would be deeply offended because they think they're much better people, they're nicer, you know, they have healthcare, they don't have guns and all these other things. But Americans would also be insulted because yeah, we're a much bigger country, like we're better than them, like yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't recommend saying that. Because Canadians will become deeply offended if you say, let's play h5 here. I don't think us Canadians think we're better. Well, better, I don't mean better like actually better, but I mean you guys are more polite, you're nicer, you're not bombastic like Americans, you're not loud and annoying and all these other things. Let's take king d6 c5. Canada has more surface area. That's, well, yeah, because you go way up north. You have Nunavut, you have Newfoundland. I mean, actually Newfoundland's not like way north, but yeah, you've got like Nunavut and all those other places. Let's play b5 b4 b3. Is it colder in Canada versus the US? I mean, if you go north, of course it is, because Canada's further north than the US, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna go b2 next move. But yeah, basically the reason I did that though is because I wanted to go somewhere different that I like didn't know. I didn't know anybody really there. Let's play h5. Let's play the king's. Wait, you guys, I think chess.com is just making up stuff here. It's just making up things because it shows the opening at the top above the moves. It says King's Fianchetto opening. It says Lasker Simul special variation. This is called the Lasker Simul special variation with h5 h4. I mean, I don't believe that. I think chess.com is they're just making up names now to try and make people more interested. I mean, this is not the name of an opening. The Lasker Simul special variation, I don't buy that for a second. Yeah, that's just, yeah, RNG names, yeah, that's not what it's called. Yeah, I'm actually gonna ask him. I'm gonna write a message. Let me open Slack. I have to ask a question. Trolling with opening names. Is 1G3 H5 called Fianchetto opening Lasker let's go bishop G4, attack the queen here. Let's take with a pawn here. Take the knight on h3. Yeah, King's Fianchetto opening Lasker Simul special variation. I just don't believe that that's the name of an opening. I don't believe that for a second. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I was talking about Canada, right? And I was saying like, so I kind of wanted to, I'm gonna give my opponent a big chance here. Is he gonna spot it or not? He had bishop d7 check, creating the fossil, but he misses it because this would have been check on the king. And then I have to take, and then I lose my queen, but he didn't spot it. So let's take the bishop. So yeah, so I was saying like Canada, and the thing is like I had spent time on and off there, and I was considering because I just really loved it there, and there was no money in chess in the US. But around that time, Rex Sinkfield and St. Louis started hosting tournaments. They started putting together these very big events, and that was a large part of why I actually ended up moving to St. Louis rather than pursuing going abroad to like Canada, for example. Castle here and play rook h8. ECO calls it the Lasker Simul special also, really? Okay, fair enough. Take with the pawn. Play the King's Frappuccino. I don't know what that means, but anyway, yeah. One f4 knight h6 equals the horsefly defense. The horsefly, okay. Take the queen. Okay, let's keep going. Have I been to Sweden? Yeah, I have. Okay, so he plays d4. So what is this called then? Just a queen pawn's opening? This doesn't have a name. Just queen's pawn opening after d4 h5. Very sad. I thought there would be a real name for this opening, but it's just a queen's pawn. Okay, let's go c6 here. I'm going for a dirty trick actually, and now I create a classic double attack and I win material. Unfortunate. Again, someone also was talking about a Variety article earlier. I heard about it last night. A couple of people mentioned it to me, so I will let's go here, play g3, play the birds opening, maybe bishop g2, maybe castles, maybe knight f2 at some point. So I will cover that article later. Okay, let's go knight f2, attack the bishop here. Am I an early riser? I generally wake up around like 7 a.m. I spoke about this the other day. Like I just wake up at 7 a.m. no matter what. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's kind of annoying sometimes because sometimes I go to bed really late at like 1, and then I want to wake up at like 9, but I still wake up at 7 no matter when I go to bed. Let's just take with the bishop here. Okay, let's just castle here. Go c3, maybe queen d2 here and go from there. Someone said it's called circadian rhythms or something. I don't know. Can I tell instantly if they're cheating? Not instantly, but there's certain types of moves that you know that players at this level cannot play intuitively. So it's like certain types of moves and the time usage and other things. A strong internal clock is a sign of good health, I'm sure. Okay, well, thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much, Dr. Berserkification. Thank you so much. Let's go e4 here. He takes. I'll take with a knight here. Big Fish played the last Simon in the European FIDE World Cup qualifier against 2500. That's not shocking. Let's go here. Attack the rook, attack the pawn. Still pretty normal so far. Nothing too crazy. Thank you, Super Monger, for the 5. Thank you so much. What about Iran? What about Iran? I don't. What do you mean like Iran? I mean, they have really strong players actually. They're one of those. They're one of the two countries that, I mean, I guess they're not. Iran's, I don't think, a poor country, but they're not like, they're a country that has issues, and like them along with is it Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan? I get the stands confused, but I think it's wherever Noterbek is from. That's Uzbekistan, right? Noterbek is from Uzbekistan, right? Yeah, it's like they're like 4 or 5 juniors from Uzbekistan who are really good. And it's the same thing as Iran. Like Iran, again, like very little chess culture, but they have some really strong players. You have Amin, you have Parham, you have Ali Reza. So you have so many strong players from Iran, even though there's no chess culture. And Uzbekistan is the same thing. You have Noterbek Abdusatorov, you have Javakir Sindarov, you have Noterbek Yakubov, you have you have Nojerbek, who I played yesterday, the FM, who's like 14 years old too. So Kazakhstan also, both those countries have like a lot of really strong junior players.